It's the middle of August in the Hallertau. The so-called green gold is almost ready for picking. The hop bines are heavily laden with cones, and the hop gardens are a picture of health and energy. Hopsteiner's buying team takes yet another stroll through the hop gardens to check the progress of cone ripening, to examine the plants for any signs of pests or disease, and to support the hop growers with recommendations as to which plant protection products should be used. Of course, they also advise the growers exactly when to begin harvesting. Hopsteiner has its own breeding facilities. Final samples are picked, and the hop cones are tested for firmness, aroma, and color. Of course, all the results are carefully and precisely documented. The delicate young trial hop plants spend their first months in the greenhouse and are similarly subjected to detailed inspection by our specialists. And then, finally, the hop harvest begins. The harvester gathers the bines in the hop garden, cutting them approximately half a meter above the ground and pulling them powerfully from the supporting wires into the trailer. When the trailer's full, the hop bines are transported to the farmyard, where the team eagerly waits next to the picking machine. The bines are unloaded and attached one by one to the machine's picking arms. Row upon row of picking cogs on cylinders, a series of conveyor belts, blowers, and other measures ensure a clean pick of the valuable hop cones. The end result is a bare, fully stripped bine exiting the picking machine, and huge numbers of cones hopping endlessly from one conveyor to the other. The cones end up in the hop kiln, where they are dried using hot air. The drying rate is yet another stage of the process requiring the expertise of a specialist. When the required moisture content has been reached, prior to being transported from the picking facility, the hops are poured out onto spacious hop floors, where they are kept in interim storage. They are then finally moved out on long conveyor belts on their journey into the big, wide world. The hops are pressed and packed in bales weighing approximately 60 kilos. The bales are then neatly sewn closed. Here again, we take further moisture readings before the bales are finally sealed and certified. The ready-packed bales are then lined up to be loaded into trucks, which then transport them further, for example to the Hopsteiner pellet plant in Au in der Hallertau. When they arrive at the pellet plant, the bales are cut open and the hops are milled and sieved. This results in a hop powder which is transferred into large mixing silos and standardized to the required alpha acid content. Before they are ready and packed, the pellets undergo further various processing steps, all of which, of course, are controlled by the Hopsteiner specialists in the control booth. The pellets are filled into foil bags and then packed in cartons. Of course, a variety of bag sizes and carton sizes are available. After labelling, the goods are inspected by a local government official before sealing is completed as proof of the hop's origin. We have a large ethanol extraction plant at our premises in Mainberg. Here you can see a so-called carousel extractor. This is the distillation plant, where the alcohol used for the ethanol extraction is evaporated from the resin extract. And here's the centrifuge, which separates the tannins from the bitter substances. This is the CO2 extraction plant, where we see pellets in big bags waiting to be extracted in autoclaves. The tins used for the various types of finished extract are filled automatically. The weights of the fill tins are precisely controlled by hand. Hopsteiner's own laboratories carry out research all year round, doing quality control and analyses such as the determination and identification of hop oils. Other examples of the work done in the labs include the determination of individual components using gas chromatography and also pesticide analyses, which are now of significant importance for Hopsteiner. Once the tins have been filled with extract, here we see 1 kilo tins, they are automatically packed into cartons. Packing sizes start at half a kilo, but go up to as much as 1,000 kilos. Finally, the cartons are put on pallets and conveyed to our high-rise rack cold store, where a fully automated crane stacks and destacks the pallets. Hop extract needs to be stored below 10 degrees Celsius. Pellets need to be stored even cooler at around 5 degrees Celsius. And this is the departure point for Hopsteiner pellets and Hopsteiner extract on their journey to destinations all over the world.